The seventh commandment of a growthpreneur is thou shalt build a brand, not just a funnel. Most small business owners make this mistake, classic mistake. They don't build a brand. They don't bother building a brand. Brands are for big businesses, right? And maybe you think that brands are old school, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, a brand is what people are saying about you when you're not saying anything at all. That's the true power of a brand, okay? And if you're just stringing together a bunch of tactics and social media assets and a bunch of random landing pages or conversion pages or shop fronts, promotional pages, it creates a bunch of marketing chaos. And your visitors, your users, your prospects, they notice this thing in particular. Most small business owners, they make the same mistake, but it is entirely within their control to change that. It's the reason they don't change it is because they're trying to be everything to everyone, and they miss the opportunity to be someone to anyone. I don't mean to say that again. I'm not just chucking words around. Really think about this. If you try to be everything to everyone, you will miss the opportunity to be a special someone to anyone at all. If you're not currently thinking this way, it's pretty much to be expected. Why? Because the digital world is like a buffet. Have you ever been to a buffet and you see that guy? Maybe it's a girl, I don't know. Maybe it's a family, I don't know. But you see that guy anyway, he's got the plate. And it's like this person does not want to get up again for the rest of the buffet. They've got the one plate and like the plate stack is like shaped like this, right? There's like stuff on top of each other and you're thinking, you cannot fit another prawn on there. But they do, and they balance it and they offset it with a little bit of lettuce, and it's all very precariously balanced, and they bring it to their table. And typically you don't end up eating all of it, right? It's like that in digital marketing. There's so many tools. It's like analysis paralysis. There's so much stuff that you could be doing. And if you're like most business owners or entrepreneurs, you try to do everything. You try, everything is an opportunity, right? It's called shiny object syndrome. And it's the same with your marketing. I'll try this. Oh, this technology looks good. This tool looks good. I'll try a chatbot. I'll try a live chat. I'll try email marketing. I'll try automation. I'll try everything. Just try a whole bunch of stuff. And it becomes like, the difference between a horse and a camel is a horse that has been designed by votes in a committee. That's to say that everything seems like a really good idea and you put it together and it makes this, I'm sorry if you're a camel, hideous creation. Man, that sounds really bad. I have nothing against camels. I think they're exceptionally functional in the context of a desert. So sorry if you're a camel lover. I have no issues with camels. Anyway, I just think horses are more elegant. So coming back to the buffet, if you try to do everything at once, you end up doing damage to your business because there is too much complexity and it creates inefficiency and things just break down. It doesn't work. Leads get confused. They get lost in gaps, and one system doesn't talk to the other system. The platforms don't talk to each other. Tools don't talk to each other. Oh, great, I got a whole bunch of leads over here, but I don't know how to get them to this other thing to nurture them, or, and then after that, where do they go? I don't know what happens after that. It's a mess, chaos. I want to give you 3 frameworks to fix all of this. Framework number 1, identify what your core channels are. If you had to strip away everything that you're doing currently in terms of marketing, the channels that you talk in, play in, and market in. So usually it's like LinkedIn, Facebook, Google Ads, SEO, like organic blogs or something, emails. What would be the one thing that you would never give up on? So for me, the one thing that I would never give up on is my CRM, email marketing. I would never give up on that because it's my most immediate connection with my database. But what is it for you? What is the one thing, if you could strip it all away, if it helps, categorize things in, okay, so these things here, like maybe for you it's Snapchat or Twitter, is a long shot. Chances of getting a lead from there, long shot. Get rid of it. Second is a phase 2 thing. Maybe I'll do it next year, but not right now. Don't have the resources, time, bandwidth to do it. Get rid of it. What is the one thing, the core thing that you would use right now that you know could be improved? That's framework number 1. Framework number 2 is what problems do you solve? The problems you solve aren't the same thing as the thing you sell. I know that seems obvious, right? But let's say you sell cleaning products. The problem that you solve is not that people don't have cleaning products. Or, I interview business owners all the time, entrepreneurs, and, sometimes they say things like, if I say to them, what is the problem that your brand solves? And they say, people don't have quality cleaning products. And I go, really? I don't think people are thinking that. I don't think people are thinking, I don't have quality cleaning products, and that's a problem. If they are, great. But I don't think they are. And I think when you market that way, you kind of miss the point. That's not the problem that you solve. Quality, speed, service, those are all a given. They should be expected. Can you imagine if two restaurants are on a street next to each other and you're walking down on date night and you're going to pick one of those restaurants, and one restaurant says, we are the best restaurant on this street because of quality, speed, and service. I don't remember a single date night that I've had with my wife where I said to myself, this restaurant seems to have quality, speed, and service. Okay, after we eat, that's a different thing. Like, I won't come back here again because the quality wasn't great, or the service was too slow, or whatever. Okay, so albeit. But typically the conversation goes like this, right? Be honest. It goes like this. What do you feel like eating tonight? I'm cool. I'll eat whatever you want to eat. Do you feel like Western, Thai? Do you feel like fusion? Do you feel something fancy or something simple? Or should we just go for dessert? Do we want to drink? What would my problem be in that case? My problem is, 1, not knowing what to eat. Okay, so in that instance, I might look for reviews or recommendations on Google Maps, restaurants near me that I should try. Maybe that's problem number 2. Problem number 2 is we're bored of all the stuff that we've eaten. We just want something a little bit different and novel. Okay, maybe problem number 3 is, I don't know, maybe we don't have a lot of time. We've only got babysitting for an hour or 2 hours, and we need something quick and simple, or we want to have a chat and we need somewhere quiet. So that's the real problem. So going back to the cleaning products, maybe the problem that you solve is last minute cleaning. People are coming over in the last minute, and you need something quick, handheld, to do a quick bit of spot clean, just enough to make the place look presentable. Okay, it's not like a end of lease clean or like a showroom selling the house kind of clean. No. What problem do you really solve? That's framework number 2. Because that'll help you position your solutions a lot better, so that you're not just flogging products, you're actually offering solutions. Anyway, that's it for now. That's it for framework number 2. Framework number 3. What is the thing that nobody else can copy? Maybe it's friends that you have. Maybe it's a database that nobody else has access to. Maybe it's partnerships. Maybe you are an exceptional at one particular thing. What is your unfair advantage? Find that and build your communication around that. Build your marketing, your offers, your lead magnets, conversion, promos, offers around that. Make sure people know what that is. One of my unfair advantages, as an example, is I grew up in many different countries all over the world for a bunch of reasons. My dad was an exec banker, and it was back in the days where if you were in banking, military, or politics, you get moved around the world to live in different places, right? So I grew up like that, like an expat kid. And then for a little bit of time, maybe about 5-6 years, I grew up in boarding schools in like Jakarta and in Thailand and Singapore, and that's a whole nother story. But the result of that was, prior to Facebook being invented, I had friends all around the world. And many of those friends have become very, very, very successful entrepreneurs. And one of my unfair advantages, if I have an idea for a business, and I have them all the time, I literally pick up the phone or shoot a message on Facebook and I say, hey, how about this? What about this? Or if I want to launch in a new market, really easy. That's how I built an international client base, because I discovered my unfair advantage was I have access globally where other people don't. And so I pressed that unfair advantage. Now, what is your unfair advantage? What is your fingerprint? What is it that's unique to you that nobody else can copy? That's framework number 3. So let's recap. Framework number 1 is, what is your core sources? What is your core channel that you could bank on? Framework number 2 is, what are the problems that you solve? 3 problems. What do you solve? To give you a hint, typically there are 3 levels if you think about an iceberg. There's the business level problem, there's a team or department level problem, and then there's a personal problem that you solve, an individual's problem. And framework number 3 is, what are your unfair advantages? Okay? So if you like this video and you found it helpful and you want more of the 10 Commandment videos, feel free to hit the link. Before you go though, I wanted to let you know a tool that my clients and I use. It puts into place the problems, the solutions, the unfair advantages, and the channels, and it makes it all puts it together on one page it's like a one-page business plan. And when you see your business like that, in that level of clarity all at once, it is a game changer. Every single time I've done it with a client, they just go, oh my goodness, Justin, this is a game changer. And it's probably one of my favorite exercises to do with a business when I start working with them in marketing for the first time, because the way that I think about marketing is that the business itself needs to be marketable. It needs to be sexy and appealing all on its own before you even run a single ad and say a single thing. And so if you want to get your hands on that, or if you want me to work with you on that, again, hit the link in the comments below, and I'll make sure to share that and how you can be a part of that, as well as the other videos for the 10 Commandments. Well, this has been great. I really hope you got a hold of this. If anything seemed like you didn't quite catch it in those 3 frameworks, pause the video or go back, listen to it. Anyway, Justin, thanks, signing out. It's been great. Enjoy the rest of the videos.